Introduction: any lawful activity that enables someone to provide a service and receive credit that may be used to purchase goods is considered a job or work. Some work that has to be done is one of the definition of work. For instance, there are household tasks like cleaning and repairing broken items, and life is a concept in biology. It concerns the qualities, condition, or moods that distinguish a living being from inanimate object. Meanwhile, the meeting point of work and personal life is known as the work-life interface.
Okay, next we move to research method. The study relies on the standardized questionnaire to perform a casual analysis and determine the connection between role conflict, workload, and work-life balance. To gain insight into the demographic of the respondents, a descriptive study was carried out examining their age, gender, education, and year of employment. And next, the researcher employer non-probability sampling method specifically convenes sampling to recruit a sample 100 participants. And lastly, all variables in study were measured using an interval service, also known as Likert, with response option ranging from 1 to 5. Okay, next we move to workload. Workload, or the number of responsibilities assigned, is another factor that is believed to contribute or to employee mental stress. Workload or work overload typically occurs when an employee given multiple tasks that exceed their capability, and qualitative and or quantitative overload result from an unmanageable workload.
Now, I will talk about role conflict. An employee experiences role conflict when confronted with conflicting demands that are challenging to satisfy. Role conflict can be divided into 4 categories. Firstly, role conflict arises when an employee's own approach conflicts with an expectation of a role from another person, and it also occurs when expectations from 2 separate persons are in conflict. In addition, when an employee receives orders from 2 or more managers to complete a task, conflict can happen. Inter-role conflict arises when workers have to perform multiple conflicting responsibilities simultaneously. Last but not least, intragender conflict happens when an employee's skill and resources don't align with what they do. Now we move to the solution. There are multiple approaches to resolving work-life balance issues, and both employees and employers can play a role in solving it.
Employee approach has 4 points. Okay, the number one, the first one is planning. Having a plan simplifies workload, assignment, and personal obligation. It enables workers to prioritize, manage time, and avoid overcommitting. And better personal-professional balance may be possible and accomplished by organizing everything, and they can balance work, hobbies, breaks, and family obligation to avoid neglecting any aspect of their life. Okay, second one is communicate with employee. Okay, regular communication between employer and employee ensure awareness of demand, priorities, and deadlines. Okay, this can prevent miscommunication, stress, and misunderstanding. Okay, the third one is pay attention to employee. Okay, employers should actively monitor and listen to their staff to identify signs of stress or job overload. Open communication, frequent check-ins, and staff survey can provide valuable insight into workers' workload challenge. Okay, companies promoting a health culture can improve work-life balance. Okay, this involves providing health care, encouraging physical activity, and promoting healthy habits. Okay, the last point is respect working hours. Okay, working beyond contracted hours can lead to stress and burnout among employees. Okay, respecting work hours allow employees to break, recharge, and return to their job with renewed energy and focus. Stressed workers perform worse, efficient, and more error-prone. Okay, worker hours should be respected to ensure adequate sleep and personal time, which improve thinking, decision making, and productivity. Okay, that's all for employee approach. Thank you.
Conclusion. In order to maintain general well-being, prevent burnout, and achieve both personal and professional fulfillment, work-life balance is essential. It involves establishing a healthy balance between obligation in both professional and personal life in order to prevent either from being overlooked or compromised. In the end, finding a work-life balance is a process that calls for continuous attention and adjustment. Individual and organization can achieve greater well-being, success, satisfaction by establishing a harmonious balance between work and personal life through the adaptation of proactive method and the creation of an environment of support.